In third place, riding for Traders Racing Yamaha, Luke Rensland. And in second place, riding for Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Adam Cianciarulo. And your winner, riding for Geico Honda, Jeremy Martin. Finishing in fifth, riding for Monster Energy, Yamaloop Thor Parts Unlimited, Aaron Plessinger. And finishing seventh for Roczen Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing, Zach Osborne. Luke, congratulations. You know, a couple weeks back, I had a chance to talk to you before the race, and you said that consistency wasn't really an issue, but you were pretty frustrated, and you were looking for a breakout ride but needed a start, and ultimately tonight that helped. But take us through the rest of the main event. I mean, you were up front and held your ground for the entire race.
Yeah, it's crazy. At this East-West shootout, this is the last place I pictured getting my first podium. So all year it's been like between 7th or 6th and 10th. It's like mind-numbing coming off the track knowing that I'm just coming from 18th to 7th again. So the last 2 weeks, I haven't done one lap on my Supercross track. I've just really been working on starts. So this week we got 6 hours worth of starts in. Clutches were smoked. My brain was smoked. But finally in the main event, I was able to execute exactly what we've been working on. And getting out front was crucial on that track. The way it was breaking down, it was great to get out front and be able to just ride my own lines and kind of try to trail Jeremy as much as I could.
Adam, congratulations. Had a couple tough get-offs today in qualifying and practice, and then abandoned that quad jump that you tried earlier. And
no, I still tried it in the heat race.
Oh, you did try it?
Yeah, I did.
How'd it work out?
I framed it.
And then abandoned it?
Yeah, I didn't do it in the main.
Okay. Well, take us through the main event. I know you had to make some passes and do some work, and just kind of take us through the 15 minutes plus one.
Yeah, it felt like a long time tonight, especially the lap time was so short. For me, I always struggle coming off these races and really remembering what happened. Like the first couple laps is just kind of a blur to me. Honestly, somebody almost landed on me over that little double before the mechanics area. I rolled the triple on the first lap I'm probably 5 out of 7 rounds, probably rolling the triple on the first lap. So that feels good to still be alive. So yeah, after I got through the first lap, I think I was right behind Joey, made a pass on him before the finish line, and especially with these guys in the East-West shootout, I really wasn't looking too far ahead. I didn't know how many people were ahead of me. I was just focused on getting the guy that was directly ahead of me. So by the time I got behind Jordan Smith, I was in 4th, and I kind of realized that, and then got around him, and then just tried to catch Luke and was able to get him at the end. But I felt good. It's probably my best ride of the year. Just kind of focused on myself, and the start wasn't the best. First couple laps weren't great, but I think we made the best out of it.
Jeremy, congratulations. With the lap times the way they were, you ended up going 21 laps, and for you got out front early and pretty much rode by yourself. And just kind of take us through the mental side of things as you're doing lap after lap, and what's kind of going through your mind. And did it get lonely out there? I mean, just take us through how hard it was to kind of stay focused for that many laps.
Yeah, I mean, it was like you said, a lot of laps tonight, and I got the whole shot and rode good for a little bit, and then I saw the boys behind me, and the track was pretty tricky. I'm not gonna lie, I had a couple sketchy moments out there, and I saw Luke was in second, and I kind of looked around, and I kind of just was like just trying to maintain it. Like I had a couple close calls out there, but we were able to lead from start to finish and have a good race.
This question is for Aaron and Zach. You guys both had the issue there on the start, and obviously were buried, and you knew what was in front of you for the next 15 minutes. And just take us through, I guess, just the emotions maybe that you felt right then and there with the points lead and knowing that you were put in a pretty difficult situation. And Aaron, I'll start with you.
It's kind of like old times, coming back from the back of the pack. But I didn't really freak out. I knew if I freaked out, I probably would have went down and did worse than I would have if I didn't. But, I just tried to keep my composure, and I did just that. And, yeah, it kind of played out in my favor.
Zach?
For me, I felt like I did the best race start I've done all year. I mean, starts have been kind of my vice for a little while now. So I went home this week and really focused on the fundamentals and basics of how to do a start. And I felt like in the main event I did a really, really good one, the best one I've done all season, like I said, in a race. So to come out dead last after the tough block came in front of me, it sucked. I was pretty bummed, and I looked over maybe 6 or 7 minutes into the main, and Austin was still like 7 or 8 bikes in front of me, and I was like, all right, it's time to grind now. So to come back to 7th and have a decent main event was pretty good. I mean, I feel like all in all, I salvaged decent and rode okay.
Adam, you know that you pulled that tough block out and you caused all that.
Yeah, I know. I think for me, I mean, it sucks with the starts. I have to leave my brain like in Florida when I come to these things. I really like this. Seriously, this whole thing, like Supercross in general, and just like the first corner and the first couple laps, it's so not me. Like I have to be a completely different person. And if you don't take it in that first corner, which you don't need to be an idiot, but if you don't take it in the first corner, it's like Joey was right in front of me. He likes to start outside. He kind of had a bad gate pick, so he started out there. But he really came over a lot, and I was braking as hard as I can. I was actually yelling in my helmet at him as loud as I possibly could because I was coming in hot. I mean, there was no other way about it. And then he pushed me into the tough block, and it sucks, man. It sucks because obviously, you give guys like Zach and, guys that are fighting for a title, it's tough. But it's really when you go out there and all these guys will tell you the same thing. I mean, it's every man for himself, and at the time, you just have to make the best decision you can for yourself. I'm not worried about anybody else other than me. Really, at the end of the night, I go to bed. Nobody else cares, about me. So you got to care about yourself when you're out there. I mean, not to the point where it needs to be dangerous or stupid, but you guys get the point.
I didn't ask you a question. I just wanted to point out what you did to them.
Okay, listen, man, don't make me look like a fool up here.
Okay.
All right? I will take your job, Daniel. I'm just kidding. Daniel's great.
Have you seen that Twitter?
And I'll take yours.
Have you seen my vlog? Have you guys seen my vlog? No, nobody? No, just
I'm sorry,
me?
you're
All
saying
right,
blog
cool.
or vlog? I can't.
No, vlog with a V.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's like a blog.
It's actually right over. It's over there.
Zach,
I'm
it's a-
sorry. We
it's a
gotta
blog
get back on
with
track.
a video, though. It's
We
a
gotta get
video
back on
blog.
track.
See, I don't know all this new stuff.
Okay.
Too old for a blog.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
All right, guys.
Jim Kimball with Motocross Action. This question is for Jeremy. Jeremy, congrats on the win. I was at the media day on Friday, and there was probably around 15 different riders there. I noticed you were really spent a lot of time walking the track and looking at different sections that day. Can you kind of maybe just say a little bit about what you were looking at?
Just checking out that track. It was good. Just felt pretty good, impressed, and then completely yard sailed into a Toyota tough block. Bent my shifter all the way back, and like subframe was tweaked. So I was like, "Oh, cool, great day of press." But it was good. Just we all checking the track out, just seeing what's going on, and just trying to get comfy.
Hey, this is Scott Blog. This question's for Jeremy. I saw when there was the medical flag, the Red Cross flag on the triple, you did a single double, and typically you have to roll all of them. Can you talk a little bit about what you were thinking and perhaps what the appropriate penalty should be? Because in the past it's been positions, like docked positions.
Yeah, I don't know what the outcome of it is right now, to be honest. But from my perspective, I came around the turn and I didn't see the medic flag waving. I saw the lights on the triple. I'm like, dude, I think those are red. So I rolled them. I rolled the face of it, and then I looked and saw that the area was clear and there was no medic flags after that. And then I doubled it. It was an honest mistake. If I would have, yeah, there's not much to say other than that. So we'll see what the outcome is, and yeah.
Michael Antonovich with Transworld Motocross. This is for Luke. For that ride that you just put in right now, you've never been in that position before to have the entire field chasing you for that long. What did you do to stay comfortable out there? Because you put off a lot of charges, had a steady gap, and never really seemed to make a lot of critical mistakes.
Yeah, honestly, for it being my first time in that position, it felt pretty calm out there. Jeremy had a little bit of a lead right away because I had to get around Rodriguez off the gate. So it took me a couple laps to get a pass in on him, and by then Jeremy already had a pretty good gap. So I had a little bit of a gap from him to me, and I think I had a little bit of a cushion behind me as well. So honestly, it kind of felt more like just riding laps back home. So I felt really comfortable, so, more comfortable than I thought I would feel in that position. So, I've always enjoyed when the tracks break down. It's something that I feel really comfortable with. So I just really felt like I was in my element. I was gelling, and honestly, the last 2 laps were the worst for me. I couldn't stop the shakes, just knowing that the podium was within grasp. So, the last 2 laps felt like forever, but before that, I felt in my element for sure.
Steve Guyberson with Vital MX. Aaron, before the parade lap, gate drops and you sit there. What's going on with the bike, and also what was going on with your heart rate?
I actually don't know what was going on with the bike. All I know is I thought I shifted into gear and it felt like I was in neutral. So, and then I downshifted to first and the bike wouldn't go. So, I'm not really sure what was going on with the bike, and I kind of kept myself from freaking out, and I just said, don't. If they fix it, they fix it. If they don't, they don't. It's kind of out of my power, and I don't want to get all worked up over something that I can't control.
It looked like you kept real loose and smiling.
Yeah, I didn't want to tighten up and freak myself out, so I don't know. I just kept calm and kept a smile on my face.
Chase Stallo, Racer X. This is for all 5. What do you guys think of the shootout in the middle of the season, and would you like to see more, 0?
What's this up? Go ahead.
I think it should be 17-round series. The racing in the lights class is as good as any, and there's a lot of teams on a high level now that can make it happen, and there's no reason for us to not all get to race each other every weekend.
Yeah, I did well this weekend. I did well at the only other East-West shootout I did, so I'm with Zach. Let's just run 17 of them. No, but for real, I think it's good. I think it's good for the fans, and it's so stacked. Especially, I know we have some injuries, especially on the East Coast. There's a few guys that are missing just in recent weeks, but I think all in all, when you put us all together, it's world-class talent. Obviously the 450's premier class, and what everybody, it's the main attraction, but I definitely think we give those guys a show.
Yeah, obviously I enjoyed it for sure. No complaints here. I thought it was a little funky to have the West guys come off of such a long break into it. I think maybe that could be changed a little bit just to give them a little bit more of a comfortable feel coming back into it. But I think it was cool doing it in Indianapolis. One of the gnarliest tracks every year. Put some bad dudes on one of the baddest tracks and see what everyone has. So I enjoyed it. I think it should happen more often.
I liked it. It was it was definitely a change. I liked racing these guys. It was fun. It was pretty cool. I don't know. I like this is my home race, so I wish I could have done a little better, but
You got the points lead.
Yeah, so I can't complain about that. But I thought it was fun. I think more in the future would be pretty cool.
I did get the win tonight, but yeah, I think it's cool. But there's been a lot of change this year in this series. I'm sure you guys can agree. And this is like when you grow up, you dream to be a professional Supercross racer and a professional outdoor racer. And I think that like there's a lot of change, and it's cool in the past because we've done like the East and the West shootout in Vegas, and it's kind of been like a last race of the year deal, kind of all the marbles, let's have fun. But we're in a series, and it'd be kind of cool to see like if we're gonna do it, then we should do it the whole year. You know, that's kind of what I think. And I get that there's a trial and error period, but we've done like a Triple Crown, and I think the East Coast does 9 races, 8, I think, or whatever, and the West Coast does 1 more round. So like, to me, like that's a little bit different, but I understand that sometimes change and it's good for the fans and stuff. But I think that in the future it should be kind of ironed out. Like the 450 guys, it's 17 rounds, it's professional, you know what you're gonna get, you know. But I'm not trying to complain. I'm just, you know.
No, I think I can vibe with that for sure, because I think from a fan perspective, throwing these races in here, even with our championships, you know, with our championships combined, it's just creating chaos. So if I'm a fan, I'm absolutely loving it. Like East-West shootout, it's going to destroy. Like I was a little bit down on points coming in, still am. This was 18 down, so I was coming in. I was like, man, it's a perfect opportunity to me get a start. Maybe, you know, nothing bad happens to Aaron, but maybe he gets like, you know, 8th, 9th, make up some points. That would feel good. But I think it's chaotic and it's good for the fans. But from a rider's perspective, it is a little bit crazy just to throw in 2 rounds and just be like, all right, boys, go for it. Actually, I want to bring this up real quick. Sorry. I was battling with Fortner there in the first couple laps, and I'm like, man, this guy is in a championship battle, and he had some serious intensity. And I'm like, I am in a championship battle, but I'm like 18 down. I kind of felt a little bit bad, so that's my perspective. That's it. I don't know why. Sorry.
Adam, anything else you want to add to that? No?
I'm done.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys.